We all traveled the show minus Squid. He had some other wedding thing he went to. So Katie, Jason, Matt, myself, we went to Myrtle Beach where we're syndicated, our morning show.
Energy 92.1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're there, you can check us out there. And it's our second chance prom, and they just wanted us there, because we're on the morning show there, and we are the morning show there. And so we went, and of course, we're only there for 24 hours, and we have stories for weeks. Because, I don't know, we're just a bunch of weirdos that travel.
When we travel together, it's just, chaos, insanity, ridiculousness, hilarity, you name it, it follows.
There's a lot of laughing.
Yeah.
Including one member of our show is now known as the Twerk King. And I think it's Katie's really needs the credit for it.
Hey!
I found out some things. I think you told me.
What?
You not remember telling me?
I don't know. What are you?
Well, they had like a dance contest that turned into a twerk off.
Yes.
So basically, second chance prom, and then there's a dance floor, and the guy Zach, who's on Energy in Myrtle Beach, he said, "Let's do a dance off, a twerk off." And so the judges were me, Jason, Katie, and Matt.
Right. And somehow or another, I ended up as also co-host of the Twerkathon. Because initially, Zach was like, Katie, get out there and twerk and show them how it's done. And I was like, I would. But my dress is not made for twerking. It was very boxy. You know what I mean? So like I would be shaking my butt, but you wouldn't see it. So, and if I bent over, you'd see too much. So I said, I'm out. I'll just help you host.
Right. And then we were judges, which I was very relieved to be a judge. Because that means we're not dancing.
Well, that's what you thought.
That's what
twerking,
anything.
Anything. That's what you thought. But we did have, so Zach and I were like, okay, we're going to call all the contestants. If you want to participate, you can, So come on over, come to the dance floor and show us your best twerk. Well, there was like a line immediately. Everybody was excited to twerk.
Men and women.
Everybody.
And I think the men were better.
I think they were.
Which I was not expecting.
Was there a prize up for grabs?
No.
I don't think so.
Bragging rights.
It's the honor of being the best worker.
Twerk king and queen.
That's it.
Because I was thinking about it the whole time, like, I should mention what they win. And I thought, I don't think they win anything. But anyway.
They win nothing.
Just bragging
There's
rights.
some meatballs downstairs. You want them?
So we had probably, 7 or 8 different contestants who all twerked for the boat, because we were on the Barefoot Queen. And all of a sudden, I look over and I see that Jared is just standing there. Because if you're not familiar, Jared is sober.
Yes.
Number one.
Yeah.
Right. And then if you're just new, I'm not sober because I've had some alcoholism.
No,
I've
he's always been sober.
It just sounds like Jared's now sober.
No, he's sober since birth.
He's had an issue.
Right. He's sober since birth.
Yeah.
And Jared is very uncomfortable anytime everybody is dancing because we all try to get him to dance and you just don't want.
Well, I
You're
walk in and right away it's like Jason's like you, and Kale's like you, and Kate's like you, and Matt. I'm like no. So everyone's like no, come on now, and I'm like. Okay, now there's way too much pressure.
But you know why, though, Jared, is because the fact is we know that you can't get loosened up by the alcohol, so there's no point of waiting.
I know.
For us, we can take a couple drinks and be like, all right, I'm feeling it
Yeah,
now.
I'm loose.
I can tell
ready
when y'all
to go.
have, when it hits.
Oh, it hits.
Y'all are loose.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There is a
Starting to feel
very
it.
specific moment where you're like, and it's time.
Yeah. It's like right when a certain song and a certain level, boom.
I think I even said to Kate at one time when I was outside, this is before the twerk thing, and I was like, this is a night that I wish, where I think drinking would really help.
Yes, it would.
Oh, yeah.
It would.
It did.
And it did. And you were a good sport. I mean, you were nodding your head,
Yeah.
And I think you tried Jason's signature rolling the dice game.
Yes.
I was doing that more of a mocking thing, but I actually kind of liked it
But
after
you
a while.
tried it.
Yeah.
And then
Signature dice
his dice roll.
He kind of does this on the dance floor. He's
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
He's shaking,
Yeah.
rolling the dice with his hands.
like he's throwing crap.
I try to emulate Michael Jackson's hand roll,
when he
but
does
it's
the-
not the same.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely emulating
Pleasuring
HJ.
somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to walk next to you, but they might get touched.
And I'm going to call it the H day.
You should. You should name it that.
Yes. Thank you. I like that name.
He's doing the HJ.
It's better than the dice roll.
Double HJ.
I think everybody now just was able to picture it.
geez.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, you got more to the side and a snap.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's a side one.
You do you.
Yeah. Little side tug.
It's your dance.
You don't want eye contact? You don't want eye contact.
Hey, I don't know you that well.
Great. Could be a stranger. Don't care.
Yeah.
No love, just physical satisfaction.
I'm just trying to hook you up. Why are you complaining? Let's go.
So you tried that, Jared. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, just
Yeah,
for fun.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but then I have a microphone in my hand, and we just said when that moment hits, it hits. Where all of a
Right.
sudden I no longer care what I'm saying out loud. I no longer care where I'm dancing or how I'm dancing, and with the microphone, I start to chant, Jared, Jared.
I'm like,
Jared,
no, no,
Jared,
no.
Jared,
It's like my worst nightmare. The whole boat was chanting Jared.
The whole
And I'm
bunch.
like,
whole
no.
boat.
And they're listeners too. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yes.
And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Like I said, definitely I'm not doing it. I'm in my church suit.
Jared.
Jared, Jared,
I
Jared.
don't know what I'm doing. I've never twerked before, and I don't even know what I did. I blacked out for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best though when that happens because
Yep.
you're just like, I don't know who I was.
I just remember my knee hurt for the rest of the night.
That makes sense.
Jared took off his suit jacket.
Oh, yeah.
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 He has his white button down tucked into his pants.
Not a good look.
And it could have been better, but hey.
Should have left the jacket on.
No, I'm glad you didn't because I think you might have ripped it if you had
Yeah.
left it on.
You're right.
You
I
might.
might have. Yes.
And he approaches the dance floor, and everybody's still chanting and screaming, and it's very loud, and the music's going. And all of a sudden, Jared starts to shake his butt in a way that I don't think I've ever seen.
I hope not.
I don't think I've ever seen it. It was the loosest, most wild I've ever seen you in my life.
Without
And
a
I've
doubt.
known you for
Was it
a
really?
long time.
Without a doubt. Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
know.
Yes.
I couldn't see what I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know
It
what I
was
was
the
doing.
pressure
Yes.
of
Yes.
everybody staring. He had to do something.
You know, I'm a people pleaser.
You are. You are. And I don't know exactly if it was by definition a twerk, but your butt was moving.
Okay.
It was moving.
Quite a
There
bit.
was recoil,
It
boy.
was.
And we're on the water too. We're on a boat. There's a lot of things going on.
It's true. When all of a sudden, Jared drops to the floor
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
on all fours
Yeah.
Yes.
and starts grinding with the dance floor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
front
yeah.
of an entire group
Let
of
me
human
go.
beings.
Oh, yeah.
My first thought was
Risky. Toxic.
he's gonna have to
Risk
watch.
it.
He's gonna have
He's
a
gonna have to wash that suit
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because it was legit where everybody was dancing and spilling drinks and everything else, and
Yeah.
he
Oh,
was
yeah.
on the floor all over his suit. I was like,
Yes.
what?
Yeah. This all happened what in 25 seconds maybe.
It was
Max.
yes, max.
And then I got up and I was like, I don't know what I just did.
uh-huh.
I tried to like walk back and hide in the crowd.
Yeah. I mean, it was over in a flash, but it was like, what did we just see?
It's like
What just happened?
like a shooting star.
Yeah.
Like you only see it for a moment. It's so magical.
Right.
It's
like
like,
Haley's
did that
comment.
happen? Did I see a shooting star?
Wow, was that what I thought it was?
It's like
I
once,
know.
once every 87 years, Haley's comment. It ain't happening again.
I know why it's not going to happen again. I'll report on that in a second. But so then
So I'm
after,
like, okay, at least
yeah,
I did it. You know, they chanted. I was like, okay.
exactly. It's over at that point. Over.
And I
Yeah.
can't win the contest.
No,
No.
because
No,
you're a
you
judge.
We're a judge, right?
Right. So then our coworker Zach says, "Okay, we have everybody's performed, it's time to vote." And so I go over and I have the microphone and I have my glass of Prosecco held up in my hand above each contestant. And it wasn't like even that full, but it was, because I have the mic in one hand and my drink in the other. And so I'm going over and we're doing applaud everybody for contestant number 1. It was like,
Yeah.
number 2, number 3. There was another guy who did
he was-
twerked,
yeah.
and he was
Yes,
great.
He was
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
And he got the loudest applause, and we're going down the line. And then there's this one woman who was, I think, 90 sheets to the wind. When it was my turn to say, okay, contestant number whatever, I had my drink above her head, and she raised her hands
Oh, boy.
and smacked my drink, and
Oh,
it was
that's
like
right.
a waterfall.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just but only over me.
That's right.
And I
Yeah.
was like, no.
You're eliminated.
And then she tries to take the microphone from my hand. She goes, "Can I say something?"
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was like, no.
And she was saying it to me too. Can I say something? I'm like, oh yeah, maybe later. Leave me alone.
I was losing control.
Yeah, like leave me alone.
Losing control. So I quickly moved on from her, and now I'm soaking wet with Prosecco. And then we get down the line, and Jared had backed off into the crowd, and we were like, no. You were a participant in this.
No.
You
Yeah.
get to be part of the judging. So we bring him back. Who wins it all? It was a tie.
A tie.
Mhm.
Yes.
It was a tie.
And I'm like, no. They're like,
Yep.
You know what that means?
It was a tie. And it was between the two males.
Two
Yes.
dudes.
The only dudes who entered the twerk contest were this one guy and Jared.
I didn't enter the contest. I was forced. I was volunteered as tribute.
It was a
When,
tie.
when it was a tie and you knew there was going to be a
I was like,
jerk,
no. That's your dance move.
basically that's what it was. But
That's your dance move.
what's on my mind? Maybe we should call it that one. HJ jerk. I don't know. Anyways,
That's what the winner gets. One from Jason.
what was going through your mind when you knew that you were going to have to do this again
I
and
was like,
probably
no.
do something even more?
Over
Yeah.
the top.
No, I thought, I can't win. So I was like, I'll just be ridiculous.
Yeah. So during the twerk off, the one other guy, and I don't remember his name, but he went to town.
Oh, he was
went
good.
to town, and he drops immediately to the floor and starts kind of like mimicking your move. Oh, he had kind of done that during his
Yeah.
too, but he mimics and he gets down on the floor and he starts just going to
I mean,
town.
dude had moves.
He did, for sure. Well, then Jared is there, and he's already moving his butt. Again, it's like, are we seeing what we're seeing? We are. And then Jared just full body jumps on top of this other
Yes.
man
And starts humping
on
him.
his back
No,
and
I was
starts
twerking
humping
on him.
Twerked on him.
It's called twerk
Well, it looks
domination.
like a hump.
I mean, they look similar.
It was
They
the
look
same.
similar.
And
It
I'm
looked
like,
like, yeah, look.
what is happening?
We were perpendicular.
awesome.
We were perpendicular,
Yeah.
just so you know.
Making passionate love, whatever you
To
want to
yeah,
call
to
it.
his rib cage.
It was not parallel.
It
No, it wasn't parallel.
It was not parallel.
perpendicular.
Well, that solves it.
perpendicular. And you just humped away for like, I don't
Yeah.
know, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm done. And I got up and I was like, and he just kept going.
And he just
I
kept
was
going.
dying, and I was like, I'm going to throw myself overboard.
So when everything was all said and done and you were named the twerk queen, or twerk king,
Yeah.
we've all had slips.
Yeah.
You came outside, do you remember?
Yes.
And at one point, yeah, you remember because you were sober, but I also remember, shockingly, you go out and you're like, man, it really hurt my knee. I hurt my knee. I gotta go sit down. Like, oh yeah, you're not made for this.
And then people were coming by, then all night people walk by, I was like, what's up, Twerk King?
Twerk
and I'm
King.
like, okay, is this my life now?
And
Yeah.
were you sore at all the next day?
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I twisted my knee. It was my knee hit the ground.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one I've had six knee surgeries on, so it was like, yeah, it was a little sore.
And you went down with force. I mean, you were like adamant
Yes.
about.
Well, I can't go down on the floor slow.
No, it wasn't careful.
Yeah, the gravity just has a way, you know.
Like watching one of those things on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Right.
We're like, they're up, they're down.
They're up there. Yeah, there's no like getting in position. It's just bam.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah.
but I'm glad I participated.
I am so glad that you did too. You were definitely like,
w-
feeling
if
it.
it wasn't listeners and it wasn't a station event and we're at a second chance
Never.
prom, I would just not have
Never.
done it.
Never.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Okay. Yeah, I
don't
mean,
think
maybe at a
so.
wedding that would be a little.
Well, I mean, I'd like to. Well, okay, I guess it's not fair. I
Well,
remember.
that's a little different though, when the whole entire boat is
Yeah.
screaming, Jared, Jared, because then
Yeah.
if you don't do it, then it's like disappointing.
Yeah.
Then you're a jerk.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So no, with the extra pressure, if it's just you four doing it, I'm fine. Or five doing it,
Yeah, 'cause
chanting, I'd be okay. I'm not doing it.
we had tried to get you to dance
Yeah.
several times, and you were like, nope, nope, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think Jared was doing the head nod, which I mean was an improvement.
That's
compared
more than he
I
normally
mean, he was
does.
Yeah.
doing kind of
Yeah.
the head nod for the
Yeah,
most.
Jason kept saying like, "Hey, your head nod's really good," like mocking me. I'm like, "Thanks, Jason."
I was giving you a compliment.
No,
'cause
you
I-
weren't.
Yes, I was.
Okay, I'll take it.
God,
I
I,
was
I
already-
can't even say anything. You see, you don't take it. That's the problem.
No,
I said,
wait, no. That
Jared,
night you were mocking me. 'cause-
No.
Okay, the look on
I
your
said
face.
to you, that was not. That was a compliment. I said to you, because you know why I said that? You know
Why?
why I said that? Because once you started doing your head nod thing, I'm like, okay, Jared's coming along here. This is a step forward, a step out of his comfort zone.
Right.
He's doing the head nod on the dance floor. So I turned to him and said, your head nod's pretty good. And I said that so he gets the confidence to do a little more. That's
that's
why.
And
Yeah.
he did a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So went from Toxic King to Riz King, and now Twerk King.
Now Twerk.
That's it.
I don't know him
Yes.
anymore.
We don't either.
Too many crowns to wear for
We
one
don't
person.
either.
And
The TRT.
I did talk to Squid off the air yesterday. I said, Squid, because if we go to any other station stuff, I said, can you show me some like basic moves where I'm actually moving my feet? And he was like, I don't think he wants to. He was
I
like,
think you figured it out yourself.
No,
That's all
I
you
didn't.
Yeah, you did. You did. You did.
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay.
You just have
yeah.
to feel the
Yeah.
music. That's all.
I don't think it doesn't, Jared. If you just went out there and danced, nobody would think twice.
Nobody
I
would.
know.
I tell you that all the time because you say, "Well, I'm sober," and I say, "Yeah, but everybody else is drunk,
Yeah.
so nobody
Nobody
cares.
remembers
Nobody cares."
Nobody.
I guess too, being sober, then I see somebody who can't dance, which I know I can't dance.
Yeah.
Like, if it's like really bad,
Nobody.
I feel cringe. I feel
No.
like cringing.
Because
Don't.
you're envisioning yourself. If
Yeah.
you go to
Yeah,
a
yeah,
wedding,
no, I predict
everybody's
on myself.
it doesn't matter. It just
Because you're just having fun.
In fact,
Yeah.
you stick out more. I think when you're not.
When you're
I
not
encourage
dancing.
the back.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you really are having the time of your life. You don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
And you
love
prove
yourself.
in twerking, dude, if you just put your body in motion, it's going to stay in motion.
There's no stopping
It ain't going
that.
to slow down, player.
Yeah, there ain't no,
Centrifugal force or whatever.
yeah, there's no abrupt stopping.
Just get that body moving, Twerk King. You're going to be all right.
It's kind of like when you hula hoop. You
Yeah.
find the rhythm, it just keeps going. You know? You're like,
Whoa, whoa.
not doing anything.
I can't stop.
It's on autopilot.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
A boulder on a hill. You just got to get it going. Once it's
Yeah.
going, it's not stopping.
Okay, that was rude. For no reason. I'm glad you weren't there, Squid.
You're an AF. I like
Yeah.
And then, I'll say this: Matt can dance.
Matt totally can dance.
But see, I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I just get out there and I just do something.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Just
Well,
do it.
I've seen Matt at Katie's wedding.
Yes.
Impressively dance to Footloose like he was part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Just feel it.
well, tomorrow this is Second Chance Prom, traveling as a show. We're in Myrtle Beach all together for a station event there. We also were in charge. I mean, we didn't know. They said, "All right, let's have another contest to pick the prom king and queen." And as soon as we decided on what it was, we instantly regretted our decision because what happened, they had to do something to, for people to vote for them to be prom king or queen, and it was a horrible, horrible idea.
I wanted to
Yeah.
jump off the boat.
Yeah, we're like, can we change it? It's too late. We're like two contestants in, it's like, it's too late.
Oh.
And that's when I was like, ooh, I'm going to step out.
Yeah, you disappeared for a while.
Because I originally had a mic at one point, and then I noticed, Zach, that his mic was loud.
Super loud.
My mic wasn't. So when you can't hear, it sounds messy.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
like, the hell with this. I'm like, here, Katie.
Yeah.
And I
was
passed it off to
I'm out.
Jared.
Yeah,
I was like,
and I was like, I was talking. I don't think anyone could hear anything I was
No.
saying.
No.
So we'll do that tomorrow. Story number 3.